Louis, make your comment.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah,
Morning.
and this is a final year project group named Gold Diggers. Yeah, we really dig for gold. As a team lead, I'll do the introduction of our project and introduce maybe most of my team members. First of all, I have Dwight Lewis in this team, Patrona Mudeus, Ayla David, and I myself, Community Patrick. Yeah, our project, our presentation has a, uh, a few a few of these slides. There's one with the introduction, the problem statement, related works, and as you go on, I think you can read them too. Next slide. In this picture, I think you've all pictured this in market. If you have actually been to one of the markets in the country, you realize that most of the food is wasted, and yeah, this is one of the main reasons we picked up this project to solve such a problem. As we were coming up with this project, we came up with this problem statement after all our due research. So our problem statement goes like, to improve the food shortage in the local food market, sellers should be supplied with just the right amounts that they can sell sell out in the shortest period required. To, to put this in simple terms, is like the seller actually maybe the roadside vendors, these vendors in the market, they actually know the market size. They know they know actually the demand for this product. So they should actually be the main people to demand for the right thing, not actually a farmer harvesting whatever he has and comes and dumps them to the market, not knowing actually what is actually in the market. Um, According to the Economic Research Policy Center, preparatory food insecurity and high food prices, for instance, an estimated 30 to 50% of the annual grain and fresh fruit and vegetable harvest in terms of weight is lost. So our main aim is to come in and actually save this problem, do something, and we thought that farm market would be the best solution. Let's the next speaker, people.
So I'll take from there. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. So I will take through the objectives of our project. So as we are coming up with our project, the idea of developing this project, we have come up with the main objectives whereby we are going to achieve, at least we are going to achieve this one. So the main objectives is, we are going to develop this system which would reduce the food wasted to less than 10% of the food produced and supplied in the market. So for us to achieve these objectives, we have come up with this system which would enable us to curb the problem faced by the producer or mainly the farmer who are going to be involved. They are the one who is going to be using this system, whereby they will be linking to the seller. So the specific reason for us to achieve the main objectives, it will be in a position to ensure that the farmer harvests all the required items. So the main objectives will be achieved through the specific objectives, whereby only the farmer will only be allowed or will be requested to supply or harvest the items which he or she has been asked to harvest. And the next objective is to reduce the time storage of the produce in the stores. So since the farmer will be required to only harvest what is needed when it is ordered, meaning the time of the produce being in store will be reduced. So we are aiming at that the specific objectives so that we can achieve our main objectives. So our methodologies, we are going to use this. Okay, our process will flow. So the seller will order the items. That's how the first thing. The seller will orders the items, and the producer will get a notification, because you as the producer or the farmer, you will be registered using this system, and you'll be in a position to link up with the seller, with the buyer, whereby you'll get notification, and the producer from there can now harvest what is required of him. And the item will be will be sent to the seller. So after getting the notification, the producer will harvest, and the item will be sent to the seller. And the sellers can now send the item in the shortest time he can manage. So the process will be continuous like that. So I think the next slide, someone will come and continue from here. Thank you. Luis.
All right, thank you very much, David. So essentially, what the screen is showing is just a graphical illustration of the results, whereby when for every certain quantity of items, every certain quantity is being illustrated by the blue lines, and the orange lines essentially showing you what is not going to be sold at most, and it could even be way less than that. So basically what the graph is doing is illustrating for a certain amount in tons of quantities not sold, of quantities ordered, a certain amount is going to be most likely not sold. And as you can see, it's way lower than the 30 to 50%, which was written about by the Economic Research Policy Center. Yeah, and this is basically what that graph is showing. And here, this is like the representation of our findings in the tabular form, whereby for example, for the very first quantity, for every 400 tons, expect the amount that will not be sold to be around 40 tons. And that goes on and on and on, though it's most likely going to be varying, but this is like the most basic illustration of it. Yeah. And actually that's where the graph that we had seen earlier was tabulated from. It was using those results. So in conclusion, the application when used is going to very much significantly reduce the food wastage in the value chain from the source to the seller, because when we talk to the 30 to 50% food being wasted post-harvest, it's wasted along different parts of the value chain post-harvest, and then maybe on the seller's part, also on the consumer's part. So what the app is going to try to mitigate is mainly that. And also one limitation that the app is going to have, since essentially it's going to be the farmer being responsible for the market's forecast, determining how much to order based on their sales, whereby we're basing on the hypothesis that every farmer is going to order what they can just sell out. It's even less of a hypothesis, but more of a concrete guess, maybe more like a concrete guess, in that the farmer is responsible for the market's forecast because they're the ones with actual knowledge of what they need and how much they can sell out. It's not something the system can do. So that's one thing that the system is going to be limited. But essentially, whereas that's going to happen, it's still going to very much so achieve the objectives that we have set out for it to do, of significantly reducing the food wastage. Thank you. So there are going to be future works which will be explained by Deus. You can pick on from there.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lewis. Considering that agriculture is the backbone of Uganda, we know that food wastage would be a very big problem. So this system will help to avoid food wastage. Now, in the future works, we see that this system will track the user's transaction and provide them with income statements or any necessary information that can be used in things like loan acquisition. If we track like a farmer is doing very well in his production, then he is able to get like loans to improve on his production, so that he can also improve on the supply of the produced food. The system will also avail the producers with market prices and all the information that is on the market at a given time. So at that time, they will maximize profitability, because they will know the differences in the prices in the market of the food products. On the next slide, we see that in acknowledgements, we have the team members whom I have worked with, and they are very good team members. As you can see, they are listed. They have done a very good job, and also the reference from the Economic Research Policy Center for their research on the food wastage in the value chains. They have done a very good job. Actually, we thank you very much. Would like you to be part of us as we continue in working with this system and improving the food wastage. Thank you very much for listening to us. We love you so much.
Thank you.